Hello everyone and welcome back to Moonmothgoddess Tarot. Thank you guys all so much for being here, for your continued love and support here on the channel. So today we're going to be doing, is this love mutual or is it one-sided? Okay, so your love connection, is the love mutual or is it one-sided? So we do have 3 piles for you guys to choose from today. For pile number 1, you are going to be the Betelgeuse Tarot, and that is with this Angel Aura Quartz. Show you guys the back of the card. That is for pile number 1. For pile 2, you are going to be the Beautiful Creatures Tarot, and that is with this Phosphosiderite. And group 3, or pile number 3, you are going to be the Mind's Eye Tarot. And this is another piece of Phosphosiderite, but this one is a little bit of a darker color. Okay, so those are the options for today. Is this love mutual or is it one-sided? So those are your choices. Pause the video if you need a little bit more time, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hello, pile number 1. So those of you that resonate with the Betelgeuse Tarot and the Angel Aura Quartz, this is going to be your reading today. So we're looking at if your love connection, is it mutual or is it one-sided? Okay, so we're just going to start off with asking Spirit that very question, and then we'll kind of get in a little bit deeper once we see what comes through. So pile number 1. Is your love connection mutual or is it one-sided? Is your love connection mutual or is it one-sided? We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups. The King of Pentacles. We have the Magician. I don't know if I need to cover that or not. Just do it just to be safe. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Sun. She also has one too. I don't know with YouTube. We have the Page of Swords. Oops. We have the World, the Six of Swords, the Chariot, and also the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so what I'm getting from this energy here, because our question today, we're asking if it's mutual or if it's one-sided. What I'm seeing here is that one person is invested more than the other. Okay? One person is more invested than the other in this connection. There's still feelings here, but one person, and this may be, it may not be so much, and this is where I want to clarify, because it may not be so much that the person is just not, how do I say this? It could be that one person is able to invest more emotionally because they're capable of doing so. The other person might be loving in the best way they can for their level of capability. And that's what I want to make sure of. But this kind of looks like there is a difference here. Okay. It kind of feels that one energy here is more all in terms of love and commitment. And the other person is more, okay, more of an I instead of a we, where the other person is we. So yeah, this kind of feels like there could be a person who's more of a, thinks of themselves more independently, is a little bit more detached, and that could be by nature. It could be that the person that you're dealing with could be someone who's a little bit emotionally immature. So like I said, they could be loving you or caring about you or having feelings for you at their level of capability. So they may not know how, okay? They may not know how to open up more. I feel like they have a desire to, they may just not know how to. So that's what I could say with this. I don't want to say that it's one-sided, because it's not like the person doesn't have any feelings at all. But I feel like what Spirit is showing me here, that is one person is more capable, that has the capacity to love in a deeper way than the other person does. But I will say that this person's energy is focused on you. The person who seems a little bit less emotionally open, vulnerable, or invested, kind of looks like that like you are their person of interest. You are the person that they desire to continue to grow with and to overcome, the challenges that they might have emotionally. So there is something there, but I just feel like the level that they're able to get to may be a little limited. And they could be someone who stays a little bit detached as a way to protect themselves, because I'm noticing even in this Page of Cups energy, they're football players, which I feel like is crazy for a Page of Cups energy. But it's like, it almost makes me think of like defense, of like the person who has difficulties. They're wearing helmets, their uniforms are kind of all, torn to pieces a little bit. And so it kind of makes me feel like this person is someone who might have difficulties with opening up, with being vulnerable, being more expressive with their feelings and their emotions. They might not have the same way of expressing their feelings and their emotions to you. The one thing that I do like, though, excuse me, with this Six of Swords here is how they're holding hands. They're holding hands and they're kind of going down the hallway here. And the Chariot is also here, which is saying that this person wants to continue to move forward with you, you know, with investing here. What is underneath here again? The Page of Swords. Yeah. So I feel like, yeah, you could be dealing with a person who's maybe a little bit less expressive than you when it comes to your feelings and stuff like that. So let's clarify this a little bit more. I also want to see why the World is here. Because the Six of Swords can also be a card of healing. It's also about moving towards calmer waters. So maybe some of you may have had some challenges with this person or experienced, you know, this person having difficulties with opening up and things of that nature. We could be yeah, look at that. We've got a wounded masculine here. We've got the Nine of Wands and the Emperor is right underneath that. Wounded masculine energy. And then we have the High Priestess and the Ace of Swords, Four of Wands, the Two of Wands. Okay, so let's clarify this Page of Cups a little bit. But that's just kind of what I'm feeling here, is that maybe this person is just not, you know, they could be somebody who does have a father wound, or even a mother wound. I don't want to limit to that. Some kind of inner childhood wound that maybe makes it difficult for them to kind of open up here. But I feel like this person is wanting to try to work past the challenges. Let's see. And we've got a thunderstorm going on right now, so you guys might hear stuff in the background. Why is the Page of Cups here? Yeah, so this person has stronger feelings for you than they're able to communicate to you, to express to you. They're a lot deeper than they let on. Okay, I feel like it's just that they just don't know how. We do have also note the Queen and the King of Cups are both here. The Ten of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this person could be someone who's afraid of getting hurt. Or they may have been hurt. They may have been through a lot of painful, even things like as a child. And something that, yeah, we've got the Four of Cups here. Something that painful that happened to this person. And it may make them kind of stay detached as a way to protect themselves, okay? So they may not even, okay, what I'm getting with this is that the person is, I want to say, may stay detached to protect themselves because they don't want to feel whatever this is. It's going to be different for all of you with this person. But, I mean, this could even be you too. You know, that is this energy over here. But the Four of Cups is when a person is emotionally unavailable, or they kind of reject or push, even expressing feelings, emotions, they push it away. So this person might have feelings that are there, that they're kind of disconnected from. Feeling feelings for this person might be something that is a little overwhelming, and they might not know how to, like I said, open up, express it, or to even put into words what they feel for you, because I feel like this person, whatever this was that was painful for them, feeling that as maybe as a child or even a past love experience, but because it feels like this is coming from childhood, that they are not able to put into words how deeply they feel towards you. I certainly feel that this person is very capable of healing, and to be able to learn how to connect more deeply to their feelings or their emotions so that they can learn how to, communicate it to you in a better way. But I feel like this person is still learning. They have to really learn how to connect into their heart space a little bit more. The feelings are there. I just feel like once you might ask them, like, oh, how do you feel? That's scary for them. Okay. To me, there's a wounded inner child here. So I feel, looking at this now with a little bit of that extra clarity, they have some fears to overcome. And maybe needing, to work on changing their perspective and understanding that what has happened to them in the past, and to feel safe to love again, to feel safe to open up their heart again. So I feel like it is mutual. Like I said, I kind of feel like it's their level of capacity. Now, if you are someone who doesn't have the patience, for that, then maybe this is not the right person for you. Okay. But I feel like this person feels, like I said, a lot deeper than they're actually able to understand or to put into words and to express to you. And they might not be, it kind of feels like they're like a work in progress. And I feel like they do acknowledge this about themselves. Especially as it helps them to kind of invest more into it. I do feel like this person is interested in healing this part of themselves. This could have even been something that you brought up to this person, to help to be a supportive energy, because the Queen of Cups is very compassionate, as is the King of Cups, very compassionate, very empathetic. And so just know that this person feels deeper for you than they let on. And feelings might make them feel a little bit uncomfortable, but there is something here that this person has gone through that has been very painful for them, that they may have experienced very early in life. And it kind of really, it makes me sad to even think about it, that it's something that really broke their heart. So they can have some things that they need to address there, and that could certainly have affected their adult life, with them kind of being that vulnerable again, and opening up. Okay, they've got some stuff to work on here. Okay, it feels a little heavy too, so it feels, like I said, painful. All right. So I feel good with that. I feel confident with this, with telling you that it is something mutual. It's just that you may have, not to say that you haven't gone through painful things, group one, but your resilience and your own healing, may be a little bit better than what this person, has right now at this stage. But it's very possible for this person, if they choose to do, of course, the work, they can recover from it and be just as resilient. Okay. Now we do have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, Leo, was it Scorpio, Cancer? I think I said that already. And then Earth sign energy here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, so anything else, Spirit, that... actually, you know what? I'm feeling called to use a different deck for you guys now. Let's get this one out here. Anything else for group number 1? Commitment. It says you are ready to build a strong foundation to put down roots. There is an energy of stability and being clear on what you want. Ensure that both parties are free of commitment fears and move forward with clear intention and communication. It is a time to work together towards a happy future. Commitment to yourself and the relationship will bring lovely rewards. Okay, and so it does look, like I said, with the Six of Swords here, this is about healing. This is about moving away from the defensiveness and the negativity and any even resentment or anger or pain that one might have had from previous situations. This is moving towards calmer waters. It's a very peaceful energy. This is about making steady progress and advancing forward. And this does require a balancing of energies here. Okay, so if this person is willing to heal and to, you know, continue to at least commit themselves to working with you here, which it kind of looks like they're holding hands here. You know, the Page of Pentacles can also be planting the seed for something new, beginning something new. So this could be the beginning of something that is also a lot more balanced, bringing an end to a cycle of, you know, the challenges here. So let's see what else. We've got courage. It is time to take action. Courage is needed as you move forward in your dreams of a healthy reciprocal relationship. It is safe to express yourself and be honest with your desires and needs at this time. Now, like I said, for some of you that are a lot more open, you know, of course, you want to hear, you want to know, you want the person to be someone who is going to be emotionally present for you, and to not stay as detached from their feelings and to be able to express themselves. So know and maybe express that to them and to let them, don't force, you know, don't force someone. Allow them to show their expression to you in the way that they know how, you know, and the way that you can help this person to heal and to also, not that you're doing the work for them, but by you maintaining your own emotional balance and a very nurturing energy, it's going to help to provide the environment that this person needs to heal in. Okay, to know that they're emotionally supported. But like I said, for those of you where that, you know, you might not want to deal with that, like if the person is just showing that they're not willing to open up and you know, just not making changes and you're not seeing the steady progress, then you might decide that this is just not a fit for you, and that's okay. You know, some people don't want to, they want somebody that wants to heal, because when we connect with people, you know, we all have things to heal. And so people, you know, are still working on things, but sometimes you might meet people who are just not open to change. They're not open to the healing or to facing what inner work that they have to do. But if this person is showing you those signs of like improvement, and even if it's little baby steps, you know, where they're kind of doing little things, the best thing that you can do is radiate love, nurturing, positivity, optimism, and also letting this person know how you feel and expressing yourself, but in a stable, grounded way, which will help to alleviate, again, creating this space for healing, to help to alleviate fears, insecurities, and help this person to kind of open up a little bit better, and maybe encourage them, you know, in ways where you're not being demanding or pushy, you know, that they give you an answer right there on the spot, but just kind of opening that door a little bit to show them, you know, that you're interested in the continued growth and development here. We've got awakening. You are learning to embrace peace, clarity, and keep your eyes wide open to opportunities. This is a huge milestone for your soul's learning. You are now moving away from situations or people that are not in alignment with your energies and embracing the flow of universal abundance. This is a second awakening and a grand achievement. Be proud of yourself, okay? And I feel like this person could certainly be awakening to their feelings, you know. They might be trying to distract themselves from the depth of the feelings that they have. They might be a little bit shy. They may not know what to say, how to say it. So I would certainly say, you know, be patient. We've also got power here. Step into your power and allow everything to fall into place for you. Release expectations and remain open to blossoming opportunities. If you find yourself weighed down by burdens of the past, continue to release them as they arise with gentle, loving kindness. You have the power to move forward with grace and confidence, okay? And that may be more so about the person, you know, who's having difficulty opening up here, about them stepping into their power. And also releasing expectations as well. Sometimes we might have, because we're capable of loving a certain way, we think everyone else should be at that level, and that's just not the case. Okay, like I said, for those of you that desire to connect with a partner who's maybe already done the healing or who is more expressive, because sometimes dealing with people who, you know, are having difficulties opening up, it can be frustrating, especially if you're not someone who's very secure within yourself, or you have, you know, not a secure attachment style. It could start to bother you. It could start to make you feel unloved. Or if you have self-worth issues, it can kind of trigger those wounds where you start to feel like, wow, this person doesn't love me, or they don't care, or, you know, things like that. And it may not be that. It may just be, again, not to make excuses for them. You know, they do have to do their healing. But if you find that it's something that doesn't work for you and it starts to make you feel insecure, you know, this person might have other ways of showing you that they care, or that they love you, or that they're interested. Okay? All right, so that is all that I have for you, pile number 1. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, group 2. So those of you that resonated with the Beautiful Creatures Tarot and the Phosphosiderite, this is going to be your reading today. So we are finding out if your love with your person, if it's mutual or is it one-sided. Okay? So really depending on how the energy comes through, we might have to dig a little deeper. And you might see me use different oracle cards than I used for the other groups, depending on the energy. So let's ask Spirit straight away. Is this love mutual, or is it one-sided in group number 2's connection? Is this love mutual? We got the Queen of Wands. Or one-sided? Yeah, 2 of Cups. The Moon. Is this love mutual or one-sided? Three of Pentacles. The Hierophant. Page of Swords. I think I'm going to take this Empress in reverse. Two of Wands. Okay, there's a few things that I do want to clarify here. Maybe more. And we're going to start with the Two of Cups, because the Two of Cups, yes, can talk about something that is mutual. However, the cups can also be passion. And I am seeing the Queen of Wands here, which is more sensual energy, passion, desire, sexuality. And I just want to make sure that what's mutual here is not just about the physical, because we have the moon here, and the moon is about confusion. It's about an illusion. It's about something that we're not seeing here. The moon can tell us that all is not as it seems. Something's hidden. There's something that we're not seeing here. And the Page of Swords can be a need for us to observe, to look at, really pay attention to something. The Empress is also in reverse, I feel, because the Empress in reverse can talk about a certain level of detachment here. So let's start clarifying. What is this Two of Cups here? This can talk about mutual passion, but it can also talk about mutual feelings and emotions. So let's check to see and make sure. There's something mutual here with the Two of Cups. Something is mutual. We just want to make sure that it's, I mean, maybe it's mutual attraction. You know, we've got the Queen of Wands here, but we want to see if there's something a little bit deeper than that. Why is the Two of Cups here? Page of Wands. Okay. The Hanged Man. Okay. And the Eight of Pentacles. Well, Page of Wands energy, again, has to do with the wands, okay? So the wands, again, passion, desire, attraction, sensuality, sexuality. It's fire energy. And then we have the Hanged Man here, which... I mean, Page of Wands energy can be like the energy of something that is fun, exciting, passionate. It's about exploring and discovering. But it almost kind of feels here that with the Eight of Pentacles that perhaps one of you can be putting in a lot of effort here, but it kind of feels like with all the effort that this feels like it's not progressing further with the Hanged Man being present. Like it's kind of stuck. So let's now look at the moon. And the Hanged Man is Neptune energy. Neptune can be a planet of, you know, that brings about the energies of fantasy, illusion, delusion sometimes, and disillusionment. So the moon, again, is telling us all is not as it seems. The moon can be very deceptive energy because it might look one way right on the surface, but there's something that we don't see here. Why is the moon here? What is this? Why is the moon here? I will say for sure there is mutual attraction. Okay? Mutual attraction. Aha. Seven of Swords. The Ace of Wands. And the Nine of Wands. Okay. So this connection does feel more physical. Okay. Mutual physical attraction. The Ace of Wands is about passion. It's about desire. A chemistry, a spark between you and this person. But chemistry is not, of course, compatibility. It may not be, this may be more about the physical. The Seven of Swords is here, which is about avoidance. It's about escapism, being sneaky, deceptive. It's a tricky energy, right? So this could be where we are confusing lust for love. Okay. This person could be someone who avoids getting emotionally invested. That's probably why we have the Empress in reverse. Because the Nine of Wands is a very wounded energy. So this person could be someone who just kind of doesn't allow themselves to get emotionally invested. And some of you might feel like you're putting in so much effort, so much work into this. You know, maybe even wanting to pursue something deeper with this person, such as a deeper level of commitment and a loving relationship. But it feels like this person is not reciprocating that part of the energy. So it kind of feels like this connection here is kind of like getting stuck in that place of like situationship, friends with benefits. And then we have the Devil at the bottom. Okay. The Devil is lust. Okay. And then I'm seeing the Page of Cups right underneath that. So this is more of a superficial, what I would call a superficial energy. Page of Cups is about romantic infatuation. Page of Cups is this page energy is what we experience when we first start to feel something towards someone, but it's a superficial energy. This is not genuine love. The page energy is very fantasy-like. It's very much about imagination, fantasy, and infatuation. And it can even turn into a romantic obsession that we have, especially with the Devil energy being present and the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can also be manipulation. So it could even be that your own attraction to this person could be manipulating you into believing that this is genuine love when it is not. It can also be, with the Devil energy being present, an attachment that we have to this person, an obsession. Page of Cups is the initial, right, energy that we feel towards someone. Now, for those of you where this is a brand new connection, you know, of course, when we first meet someone, usually there is, right, physical attraction that happens first, but sometimes it can develop into something deeper. But if for those of you where you have already been dealing with this person for a while, meaning like, I don't know, 6 months or longer, you would want to see this energy progress. You would want to see it evolve. You would want to see this page go into Knight energy, into the Queen energy, and into the King energy, where there is deep feelings, where there is mature emotions. This is not that, okay? Page is very little. It's the very early inception or early stages of emotion that we have. And usually in the beginning, we feel like, oh my goodness, I'm in love, but we're really not. Okay. We're really not. It's just all of the allure of it, right? With the devil energy, it just kind of draws us in because we feel so attracted to someone. We're like, oh my goodness, this is so intense. I love this person so much. I'm in love, but it's not. Okay. Now, for those of you where you're just starting out in this connection, this page energy is fine. Okay, it's fine. But you want to pay attention that you don't let your own emotions manipulate you into hanging on to something that doesn't progress. If you've already invested your heart and your feelings and it's not going anywhere, it's not moving forward, and this person isn't telling you how they feel, they're not opening up and sharing anything with you, and they're not taking steps towards a deeper emotional bond with you, that's a red flag. Okay, especially if you've been, I would say, at least 6 months. If there's nothing's changed, I would say start really thinking about whether or not this is something that you really still want to be a part of. So if you're new connections, a couple months, 3 months, maybe 4 months, and we're still in page energy, I would say it's okay. It's okay. It's fine because you're just starting. You just met someone or you're crushing on someone. But you want to see it develop. You want to see that emotion mature. Okay, page is very superficial energy. So looking at this, and I'm seeing the Eight of Swords energy here too. So this is obsession. This is obsession, attachment. There could be a very intense physical connection that you feel with this person. I don't doubt it looking at the energy here. So if you feel like I'm in love with this person, I don't want to say your feelings, but I am seeing the illusion here. Okay. So maybe take some time to take a step back and really, Page of Swords, really look at things. Okay. Because the Page of Cups can make us very rosy-colored glasses, meaning we're not seeing clearly, right? We're in la la land. We're like, oh my goodness, this person. So with that, and it could even be another person who's manipulating us, especially with the devil here and the Seven of Swords. It could be a person who manipulates you, who's stringing you along or keeping you attached, keeping you from, like, you can't let me go. You can't leave me. You can't detach from me, and keep you like on the hook because their energy feels addictive, right? You're obsessed. Can't break away. Just keep going back and going back and going back and more with that devil energy. With the devil, it's like a person shows up in our life with that energy, and they always appear to be like our dream come true, everything that we've ever wanted. That's so tempting. So anything else for group number 2, Spirit? Perspective. It says better off, happiness, and a clear headspace. You have beauty. Okay, so again, we're talking superficial, exterior. Beauty can also be within as well, but with the energy that I'm seeing here, this has more to do with the physical. The Queen of Wands is about beauty. It's about body, sensuality, sexuality. And we have spying, social network information and ways. And we have rejection, abandoned, dismissed, and an irrational fear. So I'm going to clarify just a little bit. Spying. This is this Page of Swords energy here. Maybe some of you, this is what happens between you and this person where, you know, they show you signs that they're interested, they're drawn to you, but then they pull away, or they watch your social media and they don't say anything, they don't do anything. You know, they like looking at you, things of that nature, but then they don't commit. They don't express their feelings. They don't move things forward. So what is this perspective here that group 2 needs to have here, Spirit? What's the perspective about? Being better off. The Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay. So many of you, I feel like Spirit is telling you that maybe this isn't the best situation for you. Okay. Maybe bringing this situation to an end. The Ten of Swords is a painful ending, you know. Also, this could be saying to you here, this person could end up hurting you, you know, especially if you do get yourself emotionally invested in this person is someone who, you know, doesn't care to invest emotionally, doesn't care to commit to you, plays mind games, which the devil is about manipulation. We have the Three of Cups here. You know, the Three of Cups is about having fun. The Page of Wands energy would be more the energy of like a fling. Okay, something that's exciting, something that's, I will also say the wand suit, Queen of Wands, King of Wands, Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, is not an energy you can depend on. Okay, it's an unreliable energy because fire can be quite intense. It can be passionate. However, it can also be destructive. Okay. And that flame can go out, right? That fire can get out of control. So what is this better off here? We've got the Knight of Cups. I almost feel like Spirit's wanting you or encouraging you here to, I'm seeing the Hermit at the bottom, to really taking some time to really ask yourself what it is that you're really looking for. Five of Pentacles is right underneath that, and the World. Okay, Four of Cups, Seven of Cups. So basically, this is Spirit saying here that you would be better off with moving towards other opportunities in love, bringing this situation to an end, okay? The Hermit is about you really asking yourself what it is that you're really looking for when it does come to love, because the person that you're dealing with is not emotionally available for you, okay? This is rejection. The Five of Pentacles is about you not receiving what you need here, okay? This person isn't giving to you what you need. The Five of Pentacles is a card of lack. It's also about abandonment. The Seven of Cups is about fantasy, illusion, delusion, if we let it go too far. Okay. This could also be a card of options. So if this person is someone who is still, you know, not wanting to settle down, and you are this person who still wants to explore other opportunities. And then we also have the World here. Okay. Which is about bringing this to a close, to an end. Okay, so I'm going to say that if you do have feelings towards this person, that this is one-sided. However, I would also take some time to reflect within your own feelings, because there is a lot of illusion here. So you could, in fact, be confusing what you have with this person as love. And it may be attachment, it may be codependency, it may be obsession or romantic infatuation versus genuine love. Okay. All right. So that is all that I have for you, group 2. I do hope this is helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, group 3. For those of you that resonated with the Mind's Eye Tarot and this little darker Phosphosiderite or Phosphosiderite, this is going to be a reading today. So we're finding out if your love connection, is it mutual or is it one-sided? So depending on what the energy is that does come through, I might use a different oracle deck for you versus what I've used for the other groups. Okay, so just know that. We also have a thunderstorm going on right now here. So you might hear a little bit of rumbling in the background. So pile 3. Is your love connection mutual or is it one-sided? We have the 2 of Cups. Is your love connection mutual or one-sided? We have the 8 of Pentacles. The 5 of Wands. The Knight of Cups. Page of Pentacles. The Tower in reverse. The 6 of Swords. The Devil. The Strength card and the 8 of Cups. Okay. What is happening here? There's some things that I'm going to clarify here just to make sure. Let me do that. Okay, okay. So we've got Capricorn, Leo, Taurus, Virgo, Aries, Scorpio. I will say there is detachment here with the 6 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. The Devil is also present, which is about, it could be about fears. It could be about some kind of illusion here. And that's what I want to be mindful of, because the Tower is also here. The Tower is the breakdown of a false reality, where we might feel like we have something solid, but the Tower comes in to say that that is not so. So I want to clarify. Let's look at this 5 of Wands first, because this is some kind of conflict here. Meaning that there's a conflicting energy, which makes me feel that maybe one person is in love and the other one isn't. Or there's resistance here. Detachment. Not investing. Okay, let's look. Why is the 5 of Wands here? Knight of Swords in reverse. Some of you are dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The 6, okay, so there's the 6 of Pentacles. What is happening? 6 of Pentacles is a balanced energy. This is about reciprocity. I kind of feel like this feels more like resistance here, like a person who feels something here, but it scares them. Possibly. Let's keep going. Why is the Five of Wands here? Oh, Two of Swords. This is denial. Denial. Ooh. You're like, I know you feel something. And they're like, no, I don't. I don't feel anything. And you're like, yes, you do. I can feel it. And they're like, I do not. That's what this feels like. Why is the Two of Cups here? Queen of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. This is abandonment. This is perhaps a person that is determined here to who's determined here to continue to pursue. But with the Five of Pentacles, this is lack. Almost like this person could be someone who's feeling insecure, feeling unworthy. There could be self-worth issues here. One person who's confident in their love, confident in their expression, confident in announcing about their feelings, but the other person's in denial here. This person could be someone that you're dealing with that does have a fear of rejection, a fear of abandonment, self-worth issues. This person could get defensive when you try to ask them if they feel the same. It could cause tension, fights, arguments. They could stay detached and just kind of like run away here. Okay, what do I want to see? This Two of Swords. Ace of Swords. There's the High Priestess. I think Spirit's telling me that I'm right. Because the High Priestess is about something that is a secret, something that is concealed. And the Ace of Swords is about truth. The truth is concealed. This person's in denial. Yes. There it is. Oh my goodness. Look at that. The King of Cups is at the bottom. Oh my goodness. All right. So okay. So it's mutual. Okay. It's mutual. It's just that this person could be someone, like I said, who has some insecurities. They might have some self-worth issues. They might get defensive when they're approached, when you ask them. It might be easier for you to announce your feelings and talk about them. But King of Cups is very calm energy, very calm. King of Cups is not going to be the archetype that wears the heart on the sleeve. That's more Knight of Cups. Okay. Knight of Cups is like, I love you. Serenading you at your window and announcing it and shouting it from the rooftops. Where the King of Cups is able to, they're the master of their emotions. So you will not be able to tell that this person feels as deeply as they do for you because they're not going to show it. They keep it calm. Underneath that King of Cups is the Three of Swords. Okay, so this person has, just like anyone else, has been heartbroken in the past, and they're concealing a little bit of a wounded heart here. Look at that. Ten of Swords. Eight of Wands is the energy that's here in motion, the Ten of Cups. So yes, this is mutual, okay? But this person's hiding it. They're hiding their feelings here. They're in denial about it, but they truly do feel that there is a very, very deep connection. It may even be something that they don't even want to acknowledge, that they feel as deeply as they do for you. It may literally be something that scares them. They have some fears to overcome here. Now you have to ask yourself, though, if you wish to continue with this, because I know sometimes we say, well, oh, well, they have feelings towards me. You have to look at their actions. Okay, look at their actions. Yes, it's nice that the person feels the same way that you do, but if there's someone who's going to continue to deny them and to run from you and to avoid talking about them at all costs and to, detach from you and run away from you and hide and not heal and not admit to you that they have feelings, what are you going to do with that? It's going to drive you crazy. So if you and this person are not committed right now, and this is something that you are truly wanting with this person, I feel that, I don't want to say, because the Eight of Pentacles is about putting in a lot of work. And you might be really determined to get this person to heal and to open up to you and to tell you how they feel and to, fix them and try to, get them to just give you some kind of validation here that they feel the same way and that they feel the connection too. They do, but they're not opening up. So they could in time, but you have to come up with a mental timeline for yourself, or tell this person how you feel. And, if they're open to building something more with you, they will, right? But you can also have some boundaries here and tell them, hey, you know what? If I'm not seeing that this connection is moving forward in the next couple months, then I got to move on. Because it's not enough to have mutual feelings for you. You need to know, especially if you're wanting something more with this person, that they're actually going to take action towards it. I can't tell you how many readings I've done for people over the last 6 years where a person could have feelings, but yet nothing happens. Nothing happens. They don't take the lead. They don't commit. And it's sad to see and to watch, and to have to do readings like that. But that's where I feel like you have to give a little bit of a timeline here. Don't just kind of wait around forever and say, oh, well, yeah, they have feelings for me, but yet it's leaving you in a place where you feel like you're not receiving what you need because the person's in denial. They're not going to tell you anything. They're not moving forward with you. Now, if you're already in a committed relationship with this person or already married to them, bless your heart, bless your heart. This is difficult because, you have to put yourself in the same position. Is this going to be okay for you? Because then you might end up feeling like your partner's not emotionally available for you and your needs get neglected, So you have to decide if this is something that you want to continue on with, or if you feel it's best for you to walk away. If the person is showing, if you say, hey, you know what, I noticed that you're not really opening up, you're not very much, expressing, is there a reason why? Or kind of create a space where this person might feel safe to be a little bit vulnerable with you and open up. Don't push, don't force, don't be bossy or demanding. But you can certainly express how you feel and encourage them to also, open up and be honest. And, if you have the patience to, nurture the connection and be patient with them, as long as they're willing, right, to show you signs that they're going to do better or try to be more open and try to be more expressive and they're taking steps in the right direction, then you continue to invest. But if they're not going to, feelings or not, if they're not going to invest, if they're not going to, you know, show you, tell you, commit here, then again, this is where you have to decide for yourself whether or not your needs are going to be met with the person who you know has feelings towards you, but yet they don't tell you and they don't do anything about it. Okay, where you end up neglecting your own desires here. Okay, so I think, do I want to... Let's use your oracle now. There's also Gemini and Pisces energy here. What else for group number 3? We have fixated. It can be shocking when things unfold in a direction that makes us uncomfortable and or insecure. When we focus on a specific outcome, we are dependent on another's action, which is out of your control. Claim back your power and focus inward on the evolution of your soul exactly where you are now. Deep acceptance is required. Okay? So, person does have feelings. Yes, they are mutual. However, it looks like this person could be choosing to walk away. Some of you may have had a breakup with this person, have ended things already, maybe separated, no contact. And you might say, okay, yes, I know that this person has feelings for me, but they're in denial and they've chosen to abandon. You have to understand that that situation is out of your control, right? We cannot force someone to commit to us or force someone to acknowledge their feelings or to do something with them, to take action with them, right? So again, this is where you have to decide what is best for you. If it's best for you to move on from this person, to detach, to start your own healing and acceptance of what the situation, if this person is not choosing to be with you. Okay, if choosing not to commit here. Let's see what else. We have apology offered. An apology may be offered from a place of courage to right a wrong of the past. Someone was unable to show up from a place of authenticity or maturity. They have been shown their trespass on your heart and know an apology is required in order to move forward with integrity. Mistakes. Neither party is perfect and have both made mistakes. More information is required as there may be solutions to an argument or challenge between two parties. Embracing mistakes is learning to let it flow, and it may be possible to heal this situation with two willing parties. Okay. What else? Awakening. You are learning to embrace peace, clarity, and keep your eyes wide open to opportunities. This is a huge milestone for your soul's learning. You are now moving away from situations or people that are not in alignment with your energies and embracing the flow of universal abundance. This is a second awakening and a grand achievement. Be proud of yourself. Okay. So again, if this person is not willing to, acknowledge their feelings, tell you how they feel, move the connection forward, this is about us, accepting that. And if we need to move on, like I said, those of you that are already committed to this person, married to this person, you have to ask yourself if this is going to work for you, or are you taking less than you deserve, especially if you want a partner who is more expressive, more open, more loving, more in tune with their feelings and their emotions. Whatever works best for you. Okay. So that is all that I have for you, group number 3. I do hope this reading was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one.